右三鎮立ち、よー待ていや
I'd like to now continue with an explanation of the Kihon basics. Before going into the explanation, though, I would like to remind you of a number of points vital for general training. Firstly, let us look at the importance of good posture and good balance. This is important for all training. Basically, there should be about 70% of your weight on the front half of the feet, the balls of the feet to the toes. The weight is kept low, squarely centered on an imaginary line extending down from your center. Don't lift and tense the shoulders. Again, 70% of the weight is on the balls of the feet, and the weight is centered low. The human body is balanced front and back, left and right, upper and lower. Now, if you can imagine the body being cut along the balanced line front and back, then again, along the side balance line, the edge where these two planes meet can be considered your center line. If this line is extended down to the floor, this is the point where the body weight is centered. Now, if you also imagine cutting the body in half, top and bottom, the point where the three planes, front and back, left and right, top and bottom meet, is the center of balance, the center of gravity of the body. This is from where the power of the body is generated. Please try to remember this and visualize it in your training. Stand straight with good posture and balance. The next point I would like to emphasize is the importance of correct movement. Our training is very repetitious for a good reason. The human body is very honest. Whatever it repeats often enough, it accepts. Your body will learn exactly as you move. If you don't move correctly, you will definitely develop bad habits. Bad movement creates bad habits. So whenever you train, it is vital you train correctly. The most fundamental point to remember with all movement is that all movement should be one. Any technique should be done as a single movement. Then, it is important in Kihon Geiko, basic training, to think about the extent, the range of motion of the joint. Without going overboard and introducing unnecessary motion, try to use the full range of movement in the relative joints in all techniques. Then, when you train, whether hitting, blocking or kicking, know exactly what part of your body you are using, what part of your opponent's body you're attacking, and the correct way you should be executing the technique. In other words, know what you are hitting with, where you are hitting to and how you are hitting. This awareness should be uppermost in all your training. All your strength, energy, speed, your balance and posture, your perfect form should all be coordinated with breath and perfect timing at the instant of impact in that single motion. Be aware of this idea every time you train. I'll work first of all through the techniques of the upper body. I'd like to start with an explanation of Seiken Chudan-ski. From a correct Sanshin-dachi, the fists are gripped strongly and placed together in front of the solar plexus. Then one hand is withdrawn to under the waki or armpit. The elbow is pulled in towards the spine and the waki is closed.
肘を後ろに引くように、肘を背骨の方にきちっとこう引くように脇を締めてですね、できるだけ目いっぱいこう引いてください。でこの状態から
From this position, as the front hand retracts, you simultaneously strike the opponent in the solar plexus.
手をまっすぐに、相手の中段に突き込むと。
That is the simplest explanation of Seiken Chudan-ski. But as I mentioned earlier, be fully aware of what you are hitting with, where you are hitting to, and exactly how you are hitting. With your Seiken, you strike straight out sharply at your opponent's solar plexus. In training, always imagine an opponent the same size as yourself in front of you. At the point of impact, be sure the shoulder is down, relaxed, the waki is closed, and the fist is tight and strong. It is important to remember to strike out from the fist, but retract the arm from the elbow. Don't make the mistake of punching out from the elbow and retracting from the hand. Strike from the fist, retract from the elbow. And as I mentioned earlier, the technique is a single movement. In that single thrust, the breath, speed, correct technique, and balanced posture are all coordinated as one.
正拳の中段突き。軽く1、2、やって
Next is Seiken Jodan-ski, the upper punch. In essence, it is exactly like the Chudan-ski, but to the face. The target may be between the eyes, the base of the nose, basically the center of the face. As well, Gedan-ski, the downward strike, is also the same, the target area depending on the position of the opponent. If they are standing, the target can be the lower abdomen or the groin. Strike downwards at an angle. If you have controlled the opponent and they are lying on the floor, the target area can be one of many, depending on the situation. So with Gedan-ski, there are numerous variations according to the opponent's situation and position.
上段突きは同じ要領で中段と同じ要領で上段に、そして下段は同じ要領で下段に持っていきます。1、2、はい、キャルテー、はい、3、はい、
Next is Uraken Gamme Uchi, back fist to the face. The striking area is the back of the Seiken, and the target is the bridge of the nose. The hands are placed in front of your chin. They are relaxed, the shoulders are down, and the waki closed. Don't tense the body and strain. This is important for all movement. Relax, drop the shoulders and close the waki. When you stand straight, you close slightly the buttocks and lower abdomen and relax the shoulders. Again, don't lead out from the elbow. Strike from the hand. The weight of the whole body is behind the uraken, and at the point of impact, the wrist is snapped. Again, this is applicable to all technique, but be sure the body's whole weight is in every technique.
体全体をいかにして使うかということを意識してやってください。裏剣の顔面打ちです。1、はい、はい、キャルテー、はい、はい、3、はい、はい、5、
Next is Uraken Sayuchi. The hands are at the height of the hikite, the retracting hand, together in front of the chest in the ready position. Again, relax the shoulders. Don't let the hands rise too high in front of the chest. As always, drop the shoulders and close the waki. This time with the elbow at the center of the turning circle. Attack the opponent at the side, aiming for the temple or the bridge of the nose. One very important point, don't let the hands roll over like this. Of course, uraken is sometimes done like this, but the sayuchi comes from above. The hand travels in front of your face with the elbow at the center and snaps down sharply from above. The hand then returns along the same line. The shoulder stays down and relaxed, and again, the weight of the whole body is behind the strike.
体全体で動作をします。裏剣左右打ちです。1、2、はい、気合入れて、はい、3、はい、
Next is uraken hizouchi. The hands in the basic preparatory position are about one fist off the navel and on top of each other. Again, keep the elbows down, the shoulders relaxed, and the waki closed. The hands then come up naturally into position. From there, strike the opponent's floating ribs with the entire body weight. The center line of the body is the axis, and the forearm swings out and guides the back fist. The movement is somewhat similar to a swinging drum, with the balls attached by strings. This is the image you should carry in mind when doing uraken hizouchi. Once again, know what you are hitting with, where you are hitting to, and exactly how you are hitting. Hit with your back fist into the floating ribs, or where there is no bone protecting. The fist then returns underneath.
Uraken hizouchi desu. よし、2、はい、気合入れて、よし、はい、3、はい、5、よし、よし、はっ。
Next is uraken mawashiuchi. The striking hand is as if hidden behind the body, and the hikite, the retracting hand, comes across to the opposite side waki area. The feeling is as if the hikite is pulling the striking hand around. Also, as I explained earlier, the whole technique is performed as a single movement. It is important you keep this in mind. Know what you are hitting with, where you are hitting, and how you are hitting. Uraken, either the back of the knuckles or the back of the whole hand, depending on the circumstances, is striking the side of the head, or if you move off to the side when the opponent attacks, the front of the face, the neck, even the armpit. There are a number of possibilities. But for the purposes of Kihon, you are striking the temple of the opponent in front of you. The fist hits and follows through in a full circular motion, back to yourself. Take care to keep relaxed in the shoulder and not let the arm come up at an angle. These errors are common, so be careful to shoot directly at the target area, a direct line, and follow through.
くようにしてください。裏剣の回し打ちです。1、はい、はい、気合入れて、
Next is Seiken Agouchi. From a correctly balanced and centered Sanchin Dachi, the shoulders are relaxed. The hands come up naturally to the height of the chin. Take care not to open the chest too much or close the chest off and rob the technique of power. Don't tense and raise the shoulder. Drop the shoulder and close the waki. Keep the arms relaxed. Strike in a natural flow. The target is the tip of the jaw. A small difference will mean you will hit the base of the nose or a different target altogether, so be very accurate and aim directly at the tip of the chin. Don't open the waki. Keep the shoulder and arm relaxed until the instant of impact. Keep the elbow down to protect the body and the hand up to guard the face against attack. The weight of the whole body is in the hand on impact, and the strength of the whole body retracts the hand back after the strike. Punch straight out and retract straight back in a natural flowing motion. Shoot straight out, come straight back. Next is Shita-ski. In general, Shita-ski in basics is practiced from Kibadachi. From Shizentai, cut the fists across the body into ready position. One foot then goes out 2 shoulder widths. 2 shoulder widths as the hands cross in a double block. This technique is a close-range fighting technique. It is not really suitable for striking long range. You're striking an opponent very close in, so the back of the fists rise up in front of the solar plexus. From there, one hand withdraws. Strike upwards from just below the solar plexus and penetrate up into the body. Again, the distance is close range, so don't extend the arm too far out. The elbow remains about a fist width off the body. Close the waki and punch straight. Don't punch at an angle. Punch straight forward. Next is Hijiuchi. As I explained earlier on, to form a good elbow you must bend the arm strongly. Don't make a large unnecessary movement like this, so that even you are unsure which technique you are using. At the same time as the arm withdraws, the fist comes in close and the tip of the elbow strikes across the jaw. The way you use the shoulder is very important. Don't tighten up the shoulder and execute a small movement. This robs the technique of power. Relax and drop the shoulder and close the waki. Push the shoulder forward and try to extend the elbow out as far as possible. Strike simultaneously as you withdraw the hikite. You might try and have an image of a ball turning in this way as the body twists. Aim the elbow point at the target and cut it sharply across in a circle in this way. Drop the shoulder, close the waki, and direct the point of the elbow at the target. This is the basic elbow strike as practiced in Kihon. The elbow strike is perfect for attacking forward to the side of the jaw or even under the armpit. But there are many other methods of using the elbow. Striking down, even striking to the side, or striking to the back. You'll also see many elbow variations and combinations in the kata. Always keep these possibilities in mind and try to apply them in your daily training.
しっかりと念頭に置いて稽古をしてください。